Hello guys, this is Sashidhar Reddy. I am from BTech CSC Core and this video is about database systems to execute the SQL query of the schema in Python using connecting Python and SQL, not the MySQL but run SQL command. So let me explain the schema first. The schema tells about these are the entities. The student entity has student ID as primary key. Course table has course ID as primary key and so on. And these are all the relationships. So how are we going to connect the Python with SQL database? So let me explain the code. So this import cx underscore oracle is the library we are going to use to connect the database with the Python. And this tablet library is used to display the output of the tables. Like if we give the command select star from any table name, then we have to get the output now. So this tablet library will give the output. And this class database access, it's a class to interact with database. And this init is to initialize the username, password, and connect all to some variables. And this connect function is a constructor type for the class database and it tries to connect the username and password which we give. Like we have set for run SQL command line, I have set username as system and password as 123. So if you connect it truly, then it will display the database is connected to the Python successfully. Otherwise, it will throw an exception. So I have created except cs oracle dot database error as e to catch that exception. So after catching that exception, it will show, please check your login credentials once again. They aren't correct. After connecting to the database, this execute SQL command is to execute the database correctly. So if you give any SQL queries like create table, insert record, select, and other, it will try if the system is connected. If it's not connected, then it will show the database is not connected. So this is to initialize the cursor and this is a command to execute the SQL. And this one is if it starts with select command, then it should display something. So what should it display? It will display some rows and columns. So this line will get the what should there be in rows and this line will get what should be there in header or what do you say column. So this print function will print the tables using this tablet library. Yeah. So print of tablet of rows comma header will print the heading and rows. After that, if this is not select, if it is any other query like insert, uh, update something, so it should not display anything. It will display only the query executed successfully and the operation is done. After the operation is done, it's not over. We have to make the changes in the SQL database also. Like if you are going to change the student table register number and you have to save the changes, so you have to commit them. So for committing that we are using this line. After all that we have to close the cursor. So if the error is in SQL query, like you type the wrong query, then you will again have an exception. So to catch that exception we will again use this line and it will display error in executing the SQL query and the error also. So this function is to close the connection. If it is connected, then try to close the connection and show the connection between Python and SQL closed successfully. If there is any exception or error happen, then it will show the connection is not closed. Then this is the main function. In the main function, we ask the user to enter the username as input and password as input, and we will check it with the database access and we will connect it through this function. And after that, while it is connected, we will ask the user to enter the choice. The choices are 1 to enter the SQL query, 2 to exit. If you ask the user to enter the SQL query, Then you can type the SQL query over there. After that, it will execute by using SQL statement, input enter SQL statement. Here you will enter the SQL statement, and this is to remove the extra semicolon, and this is to execute the SQL command by the function. And if its choice is 2, then it will close the connection and break the loop. After that, this is to these two lines are to execute the main function first. So, so now our task is to execute the SQL query for this schema. First, we have to run this Python code. For running this Python code, we have to first save it, and then we have to run file with dedicated terminal. It's loading, I think. Yes. Now it's asking for username. We have to click the username and let's give wrong password. See, it will show, please check your login credentials once again. They are incorrect. So now we have to kill the terminal again. And now we'll run Python file and dedicated terminal. You can do it without killing the terminal also. So now the username is system and the password is 123. The database is connected to Python successfully. Now what we have to do is we have to enter the choice. The choice one is to enter the SQL query and two is to exit. Once I will show you how it looks when we click exit. See, the connection between Python and SQL closes successfully, and again we'll kill the terminal, and then now we'll run Python file in dedicated terminal. Now I again click the username and password. The database is connected to Python successfully, and one is to enter the SQL query. So I have the SQL query saved previously, so I will just keep it like this. So we'll paste this SQL query to create the table. And then, yeah, this SQL query is to create the student table, and we'll create the course table with the SQL query, and we'll create the department table with this SQL query, and we'll create the faculty table with this SQL query. Don't forget to click the choice. If you won't click the choice, the table won't be created. So the choice has one, and this is to create the table section, and this is to create the table. Okay. So we have created all the primary tables successfully. So now what we have to do is we have to create this relationship. So for creating the relationship, we have to create, if we have creating relationship between student and course, we'll create the relationship between these primary keys, like student ID and CE ID is the primary key. So we'll include those two in one table, and we'll give foreign key constraints for them. And these are called associated tables. So let's execute this code to enter the choice and then create the table. And this one for faculty and course. So, and this table you can see this. Like I didn't mention foreign key constraint for ACID. Anyone can guess why? Because if like section is the weak entity, like it won't have primary key. So SEID does not have is not a primary key, but I have to include that in associated table because it's a weak entity. So we'll just mention it as SEID varchar and CID course ID, and we'll give foreign constraint to the course ID. So we'll create this table, enter the choice. Yeah. So now our task of creating tables is completed now successfully. So what is our next step? We have to insert the values. Like we have the table and we have to insert the value. So first we will insert the student table, and I am inserting three values. You can insert any value. Now the insertion of student table is completed successfully. Now we'll insert the course value, enter the choice, and then enter the choice, and then enter the choice. Yes. So let's see what's the error. The error is this name is so large. So I have reduced it to MPMC when I will reduce it. Uh, MPMC. Yeah, now it's good. And then this, so this is completed successfully. Now we have to insert the department value, enter the choice, enter the choice, enter the choice. And then we have to create the faculty values also. So, and then this one. After that, we have to insert the section value. And then we have to insert the academic value. And then this one also. And then now we have to insert the student course value. So as you can see, we can use multiple register numbers. Like this is my register number and I have registered for two courses. You can do it like that also. After that, we'll execute the faculty course. This faculty course table is two. Like this 51500 is Priyamini ma'am. So this ma'am belongs to this course like that. Mm. So after that, this section course is to tell which section belongs to which course. Enter the choice and enter the choice and enter the choice. So first let's display all the values. Like first we'll display select star from student to display the values in student. See, we got Sashidhar, Nitin, Sai and the date of birth and the address also. So we'll display the values in the course as well. Yeah, and then in department and then in faculty and then in section and then in what was the last one again? I was forgotten. So it's Atish. Yeah. And now we can also display the values from the associated tables as well. So select HTU underscore CO. Okay. Select star from HTU underscore CO. And we can also do with the faculty course as well. And we can do with the section course as well. Yeah. So you can see these are the values in the table. So we have some questions. So we'll solve those questions first. So the first question is to create the table schema. So we have created the table schemas already as you can see. After that, The next question is to insert into student values. As we can see, we inserted and printed the values as well. And after that, we have to count the use an aggregation function to find the number of students. So where can we find the number of students in the student table? So first we have to enter the choice and the statement is to select count of star. Instead of star, you can keep register number also from student. See, we can bring the count and after that enter SQL query again. So perform inner join between course and student. So select star from student inner join course. Okay, select star from student natural join course. Yeah, you can see these are the both values in the table like SID, SNAME, DOB address is from student table and CID, CNAME, credit is from course table. And after that the question is use a date function and DOB column. So we can do select extract of uh, month from DOB from student. Like we can print F name as well. I mean F name. Yeah. See, Sashidhar is from month 8. It means August. And Nitin is from June. Sai is from May. As you can see, we have inserted the same August, June, May. And after this, the query is to alter the faculty table to add a column. So what can we add? The salary was not there in the faculty column. So we'll add alter table faculty, add salary, like we can have 8 digits. Yeah, you can see the table is altered. Let's see if the table is altered or not. D is the faculty, 1. Yeah, the table is altered. And after that, we have to update update the faculty. Like we'll set a salary for the faculty ID, for some faculty ID. So for that, we'll first see some faculty ID. Let it is 51500. So update faculty set salary equals to, let me take 30,000, 3 lakhs, where faculty ID is equals to 51500. So we'll see if the salary is updated or not. Select star from faculty. See, the salary is updated successfully. And the next question is to delete a row from the department table. So first we'll print whatever is there in the department table. So we have these three. So let us delete this Q128. So first this one. How can we delete? Yeah, delete from department where department ID is Q123. Oh, first we have to delete the uh, foreign key involved with it. So which one is involved with it? Q123, this one. So 51504 from faculty, we have to delete it first. So delete from faculty where, so which one is that? 51504, where FID is equals to 51504. So it's against anything. So like this 51504 is related to here. So first we have to delete this as well. After that we have to delete this, and after that we have to delete the sensitive. So after that, which one? Use group drive to aggregate by department. So mm, let us see how many faculties are there in how many faculties are there in each department. So let me select the choice, select uh, count of star, okay, select count of star from, and we have to group by, so we'll keep tip tidy from faculty, group by dip tidy. So from each department we have one faculty, and we have to execute the other query. Next application function. So for that I have taken the count and average of CGPA. So let's see. Hmm. Okay, 1 minute. I'll change the table name. Yeah, yeah. As you can see, the count is 3 members and the average is 8.0. So this is how you will do the SQL queries using Python by connecting. So you can do the same by run SQL command line also. So for exiting, we have to click 2, and it will show the connection between Python and SQL is closed successfully. Then we'll close it and